What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Bannock Industries YouTube channel. Now today we got a really good video for you guys. As you can tell, the shop is messy. Now we've been working hard. I've been working on this for about 3 days already. But let's step on outside the garage and I'll show you what we got going on. So, for you that have been with the channel for a while, you'll know this truck. But if you're new, this is a 67. It's an F-250. It's a Mercury. You could call it a Ford, built here in Canada. So, this is a 3/4 ton truck. It's got actual 1974 dual piston calipers and front end conversion done to it with disc brakes. It's been lowered in the front. It's also been lowered in the rear. It's got the original Dana 60 rear end. And then it's got Chevy 3/4 ton rotors and Cadillac caliper. Now, I built this truck quite a few years ago. I think end of 2015, 2016, we put it on the road. So I've had the truck for a while. I built it like this. Haven't really done much to it. But yeah, on the channel, you guys would have seen this Frostbite rad. We put electric fans, a couple little fancy parts on it. For the most part, this is the way I built it. We did upgrade the air cleaner, plus we put a Holly on it. It's got a Sniper EFI. Engine setup, we'll just go over quick. It is a big block 352 FE that's bored over just a little bit with, I believe, 30 thou over pistons. Upgraded bearings throughout the block. It's a comp thumper cam. The heads have been ported, but they are the original cast iron heads. It's got Edelbrock 390 Performer intake, just a cheap Summit Racing distributor, MSD coil and wires, and then just some Edelbrock valve covers. Newer brake boosters, stuff like that. You can see our line lock there. But pretty simple, pretty clean under the hood. That's kind of the way I wanted to build this truck. Now, it does have long tube headers. Going to dual 3-inch exhaust. I believe there's 3-inch Hush Power Flowmaster race mufflers that are on the... We used to have a battery right here. We no longer do. We do have a bunch of wiring here that we have to now clean up since we relocated the battery. So our fuses here for our electric fans we're going to relocate. The voltage regulator is going to stay here. We're going to relocate the wiring though. We're going to clean this all up and make it look a lot better. You might be asking, okay, what are you trying to get at? What is today's video about? Now, I want to show you guys the battery relocate that we did and kind of why we're doing this. So we're going to skip by the interior. I'll just give you a quick little peek. But this is what we got going on for the battery. So I built a little battery tray with a steel strap. So our big red wire comes out the top, runs back to the switch. You might be asking, why do we have a switch? Then power comes down, goes through the bed there. That heads on up front. Now we also have a ground wire here on our battery. We'll come back here, we'll look at the switch. So this is just a Marine Master battery disconnect switch, or lever there that I had built. And then we got a tie rod end to... This is just a 5/8 solid rod that has been drilled and tapped on both ends. Then it comes out the back. And weird. Now there is a T-handle and a rod coming through the taillight. Any guesses on what that might be? For the people that know, you know what we're doing with this truck. Last video I did with this truck, we decleaned it. We had a little mouse issue. I thought I got rid of them. I didn't. They came back. They got back into the back of the seat and made another nest. So we no longer have the factory seat, but we did take the seats. These came out of a Ranger that we had put in. This one's just kind of mocked up. It is not actually put in place yet, but that's kind of where we're going. So in today's video, we are building mounts for the seat, or I'm building mounts for the seat, and I'll just show you guys kind of what I do. But the whole goal with this truck, we're getting this truck NHRA certified, so we go drag race. So it'll end up being an AT racing truck, so we'll either end up in street legal sportsman or just bracket racing. All depends on what events I'm able to find and do with the truck, but yeah, that's the goal. We're going drag racing. One more thing I gotta do. So for the people that know this truck or know these older trucks, you can see that is the fuel cap. Now, in this truck, the fuel tank, if I get the camera to focus, it is right in the back of the cab. So with the NHRA rules and tech rules at my local track, which would be Casper Raceway and or Central Alberta Raceways, where we're going to be running this truck, you have to have a fuel tank outside of the cab unless you have a firewall, which we're not going to put. So we're going to relocate the fuel tank to in the bed of the truck. I have a tank on order. We don't have it here yet, so that you'll see in a different video other than today. But yeah, let's fire it up. I'll show you how the master switch works. So, tell it's pulled out. Just come over here. I'm gonna put the keys in, let it fire up. Make sure it's in gear, or not in gear, I guess. Go to this so you guys can see. Get it running. Tell alternator's on, alternator's running. Come to the back of the truck. Now, if an emergency was to happen, there, you push this, truck shuts off, all power is disconnected. Pull it back on, there, you heard the fuel pump, fans kick in. That's what that's about. Tried to make it look as good as possible, so we just have it running through the fuel, or through the fuel, Jesus, through the tail light. And then of course we have just a rod here, a 5/8 rod, like I said, up to our switch. Of course the wiring and stuff I'm going to tie up still. Now when I go to fire it up, it's flooded, so you gotta give it a little fuel. There we go. Just back running. Alright, so it's been quite a while since I filmed. I went ahead, I got all the material drilled and cut for our mounts for the seats. So let's check them out. So first off, this is 1/4 inch plate. It's 18 inches by 18 inches. Now yes, this is heavy. This is way more material than we need, but I didn't know how it was gonna be or what I needed. So start big and eventually I'll go through. You know, I can always cut material out of this, make it lighter, but it'll still be strong. So what we got going on, you can see here you got 2 holes, plus we have 2 holes. Right there, this was the original mount. So it utilized 2 3/8 bolts here, 2 3/8 at the front. So we went ahead, this is what this is, or where this comes in. So we needed little riser blocks, so 1/2 inch, just 3-inch flat bar, 3-inch wide, 1/2 inch thick. So we have 1 inch there, that'll be the front. We have 1 inch at the back, and now we have another 1/2 inch right here. And the reason I went long on this one was just if I want, now I can add another bolt just to secure this plate even more. I don't think we need to, but it's there anyways. Plus it'll give a little more stability because our seat actually sits on the outside of this rail. So looking at this plate, you can see seat rail. So this is the rear hole. That's another rear hole. These are the fronts. So they sit just on the outside of this, we'll call it flat bar. So just on the outside of the flat bar, so you can put a washer and a nut. So that was great. I had 4 mounting holes there. I didn't know what to do on this side, and I'll show you guys here really quick why. But I ended up, we have a block, just like this. It'll sit, sorry, not this one. That's what this one is. So it's offset. So this one will sit here. Imagine this on the other side of the plate though. And all it will be is support. Now eventually I will weld these little blocks to this plate, and we got a bunch of finishing work we're going to do, but for today we're just trying to get the seats in and mounted. On the back, I didn't know how I wanted to mount it, so we're going to utilize the rear seat mount bolt, and that's actually going to hold the plate right through the truck. So we have a spacer block, it'll go there, bolt will go right through, and we'll put a nut on the bottom side. So let's hop into the inside and I'll show you guys why. Okay, looking at the driver's side, you can see this is where we had that little riser. So we have an inch that clears this, and then we have that flat bar. It'll run all the way. Really nice. Now, if you look at this, you look at this indentation or strength, but you have probably 2 inches right here that you do have open material. But pretty much from here to here, you have, so in between my fingers, running the whole length, you actually have a cross member. So when you look at this plate that I already have installed, see how this one sits in and up? That's to clear this cross member that's underneath the cab. Then you can see our rear, and that's pretty much what the plate looks like. I'll go to the other side to show you a little better. So there you go. I don't know if you can see very well, but there is it stacked up. It's bolted front and rear. Really nice. And then of course we will, the idea with this is we're going to skirt the front and then we're going to skirt the side. So all that is a piece of plate. It'll sit like this and just kind of hide whatever we do here. Of course we will have to put access holes so you can access your bolts for the seat, and we'll probably make a nice little window, but I do want to close that in just to make it look a little bit better. Alright, we got the seats in. I'm not going to say how they look, but I'm sure by the look on my face you can tell. Ready for this? Check it out. How about that? They are sitting a little crooked, just they're tilted out, so we just have to use some washers, wash them up just to get them level. But man, they look good. Super clean look. Got lots of space on the centers, as you can see. And then of course we're gonna do some stuff in here. I'm not gonna share exactly what we're gonna do yet because I don't know. But look at the bald face. Look at them little bastards. So many around here. But check that out. That just looks awesome. Windshield dirty, but whoa. It's got that nice sport look to it. That looks so much better than the old bench seat. Now these are not the seats we're going to stay with. These are just temporary. These will end up going back in the Ranger. I want to get a set of Kirkies, just aluminum race seats for this truck. But this is what I had, so we went with this, save some money just off the bat. Now I am going to put a harness bar in the truck, but you'll see that in a later episode or video, whatever you want to say. Yeah, we gotta throw some seat belts. We're just gonna run lap belts for now because that's what the truck has. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Content on the channel is gonna be a little different from here on out. I can't post as much as I have been. We're just trying to get some of these projects on the road, you know, do them. It's big money projects that we're doing, so I'm gonna space things out a little bit more. But I'm also condensing the footage. So like today, I could have made probably 2 videos out of this and went more in depth with some stuff. But just to give you guys a little better content, a little faster moving content, we're going to be doing it this way. Yeah, so stay tuned. We got lots of content coming on this truck. Thank you for watching. See you next time.